Greetings, everyone. We know that many holders of Zimbabwe exemption permit who came earlier than 2010 have children born in South Africa. Most of these kids have what is called unabridged birth certificate. They were registered at school to study using the unabridged birth certificate. But the schools are now demanding that these kids produce proper documents for them to continue to study. The procedure is, for those who might have forgotten, though we did explain in the previous video, the procedure is that you go to the Zimbabwe consulate, either in Cape Town or in Johannesburg, apply for a child's birth certificate. The birth certificate will indicate that the child is born in South Africa to migrant parents. Once you get the birth certificate of the child, you apply for the child's passport. Then you apply for a study permit or study visa. We know there are challenges in terms of obtaining the passport forms, so we are told. Because you recall that since COVID-19, they introduced a new system that you cannot just walk into the consulate. You need to book an appointment. We used to work closely with the former Consul General, who's now ambassador to Namibia. We have not really met with the new Consul General. We are making every effort to have a meeting with the new Consul General so that we discuss these challenges of accessing the passport forms. Previously, we would call directly the Consul General whenever there were challenges in terms of people obtaining passport forms or even birth certificate or even to get slots. But at the moment, because we have not yet had a formal meeting with the new Consul General, we understand your frustrations. So we are doing our level best to have this meeting so that we resolve these issues. But the Department of Home Affairs of South Africa requires that for you to apply for a child study visa, you must first have a visa yourself as a parent. That is to say, you need first to have a waiver, renew, or move to another visa as a parent. Once you have moved to another visa as a parent, then the child applies for a study permit because the child is accompanying the parents who are working in South Africa. While they are accompanying the parents, the children must be at school. So that's the basis of a study visa. So it becomes difficult for a child to be issued with a study visa when the future of their own parents is unknown. For instance, we know that the extension is up to the 31st of December, but it is not clear on who will get a visa and for how many years. So because the study permit of a child will expire on the same day that the visa of the parents expires. But we are also talking to the Department of Home Affairs to say we have a serious problem with the schools, because the schools are demanding that children must produce study visas. We wrote an email to the Department of Home Affairs head office. We are still waiting for a response to say this is the challenge that we are having. There are people in 2022 that applied for waivers. these waivers are still not out. And they cannot apply for other visas because they are still waiting for for waivers. But at the same time, the school is demanding a study permit for the child. And the parents, because they are waiting for the waivers which they applied in 2022, which they are not yet out, they cannot proceed to apply for the study permits for their children. So parents are caught up in this dilemma because some of these kids should be going to grade 8 next year. Some of the schools that they are attending, they go up to grade 7, then they have to go to a new school. And the new school requires that the child must have a study visa. So it's a challenge. So we are raising these issues with the Department of Home Affairs. We do not know how they are going to assist because we think that they ought to also engage with the basic education so that we get assistance. We will try our level best as well to raise also similar issues with the Department of Basic Education to say this is the dilemma that we find ourselves in, so that many people are going to be assisted. Would understand if the visas are now out or waivers are out, people are applying for visas, and we know that in the next 8 weeks, if someone submits a visa application in the next 8 weeks, it is going to be out. It's easier because you know that if say you submitted on the 1st of June, you will know that by the 1st of August, the outcome will be out. Then you apply for a study visa for your child if the outcome is positive. But it is difficult. Like I'm saying that there are other people that applied in 2022 for waivers and they are still waiting. But the schools now demand study visa for their children. You might be in a similar situation. Please share with us in the comment section. I am Ngabuto Nicholas Mabena. Like this video, circulate, and please do subscribe. If you're on TikTok, please follow us. Otherwise, goodbye.